Um, Good evening. Uh, this is Brian Janeau show. Well, I've been thinking about how I'm gonna call these videos. These videos to me, I think, is not really um, my podcast. My podcast. I mean, it's got the same makings of the podcast where I'm gonna just, whatever comes to my mind, the current events I want to talk about, or whatever I feel the need to just speak on. Whatever the hell is racing in my mind, I'm gonna speak on it. So I guess I'm gonna still call it the Brandon Janeau Show, these videos, but I think I'm gonna call it Brandon Janeau Show, Jeremiah's, view or something. Jeremiah's view, and Jeremiah is my middle name, but more so it's I think to me a person that is my second mindset. Like it's my second personality, a third, however I mean you want to say. But Jeremiah is a rare side that you don't want to ever see. I would probably tell you that now. It's rare. It's the aggression side of me. Is the pissed off side of me most of the time. It's the side of me that I think that just take it as you don't want to see that side. Just take it as that. It's not a good side. So today I wanted to do this video and talk about something I really hate to talk about. Well, not hate. I gotta stop saying that word. Not hate, but something I really I don't like talking about. I don't like talking about. And that's me. I don't really like talking about myself at all. I stay to myself. I'm an introvert. I like being by myself. Me by myself is better for everybody. Because it doesn't help anybody if I'm, in those moods that I get into. So, me, as a person, it's very complex. It's a layer of a lot of things. It's me, it's, Brandon, son, the little brother, the big brother, the uncle, kid from New Orleans, pretty much. He's a sick guy. It's pretty much, I guess, that's the best I can put it. He's the sick guy. He's had the heart conditions. He feels pain. He feels sadness. He feels emotion. He's the depressed one most of the times. He's the anxiety-filled one. He's the questioning the life and what does this all mean one. I would like to say probably, we were doing 100%, I guess 45% of who I am as a person. He thinks different. I'll say 50% of me as a person. We're doing 100%, 50%. He's the guy that wants to help even when he ain't got a goddamn dollar to his name. He wants to be there, talk to people. Even though he's an introvert, he can still listen to anybody's problem and kind of come up with his own solution towards it. He wants to be that guy. That's Brandon. Because he sat in a hospital bed for most of his childhood trying to figure it out. If I ever got healthy, what would it be? What would I do? Yeah, it took him 26 years to figure that shit out, but he's here. Like I said, Jeremiah, that's just leave his ass where he's at. He's New Orleans mixed in with what he's learned in Houston with some shit he learned just being around people. He's not the nicest guy in the world. You might not want to talk to him if you don't know him that well. Just keep your fucking distance if you can. That's a good idea for everybody. I hope you know that. It is Janeau. That's the guy I'm trying to get to know. It's more than just a last name to me. It's what I think I could be one day. You know, I look at my people with that name, and I'm proud of us. I want to do like the tree, the family tree shit, and figure out what that meant and where we come from, because it can't be just a bunch of us just ruthless and aggression filled. We have goals, we have dreams, we have moments of peace, and we could bring you hell on earth if you ever fuck with us. It's a very different feeling than anything you ever see in your life. So that man I'm trying to get to know. Brandon's 50%, Jeremiah's about 25%, and then you can figure out the rest. So it's a different feeling, man, to not know what the future holds sometimes. You know, it's a scary feeling. You don't always have to be afraid to question the future. Like, you know, anybody that walks blindly into the future, just like, you don't question anything. Like, seriously, you don't question any fucking thing. You don't question anything. But good luck with that. I question. I have questions. Because that's Brandon. Like I said, Brandon's the sick kid. So he sat in the hospital bed. He watched the world go on, with or without him. He didn't know if he was gonna see this. And I've been thinking more and more about that because I'm about to turn 27 in January. And it's crazy to know I'm gonna be 27 if I get to see it. Hopefully God will let me see it, because I mean, he left me on this planet for 26 years. He might as well let me see another birthday. But he questions this world because he sees it for what it can be, and what it's just never gonna be. Sometimes too, because there's two sides to everything. You know, there's a good side and a bad side. That's what they tell you. No, but what I mean by two sides to everything, I think it's a right and a wrong. I don't think nobody is a bad person. I don't think anybody's a good person. I think what you do in certain moments and certain decisions in your life will determine if you're a good or a bad person. And that's to the people. That's not to you, because you know who the fuck you are. At the end of the day, you know who you are. I said this on a podcast just recently. Like, is that person a bad person because he might have to rob somebody or maybe sell something to get? But he got kids. Like, he got kids. Like, is he a bad person? Or is he just doing what he got to do to get by and feed his kids? Or provide for his kids? Is he a bad person? To you, that might be a bad person. To me, that's just, you're a soul survivor, man. You're just doing what the fuck you got to do to survive at the end of the day. And I think that life nowadays is too many motherfuckers with opinions about what's good and bad, and not what's right and wrong. And that sucks, because, like I said, I see this world for what it could be one day. Everybody be them. Nobody's path is the same. I don't know if anybody know that yet. I clearly don't know if you know that. You're not right. You're not wrong. If you decide to take a different path than I do. And which brings me to probably my episode Friday, which I'm gonna get on Friday. But I feel like right and wrong should be what you judge people on, not if they're good and bad in that situation. To you, you're right, you're wrong might not be the same as mine. Because you don't know my struggle, you don't know where I came from, you don't know that kid that sat in that hospital bed just hoping, praying one day he could get out there, some bitch, and just live. You might not know that kid. So to you, your right and wrong could be very interesting to you. I can't judge anybody's right and wrong why you do what you do. That's life. But we're all human beings. I hope we understand that soon. Because if I disagree with you, does that not still mean I'm right in some sense? I think that's the beauty of life. You gotta have the right people around you to teach you lessons. I hate when I hear, you took an L. The fuck does that mean? Did I really lose, or did I learn something in that situation? Maybe I learned something more about myself than I did maybe getting that situation. I don't fucking know. I might learn not to trust a motherfucker that I thought was really good at this shit, and he's probably really just good at scheming motherfuckers. Okay, then that's a L I will take. I learned not to put my money in motherfuckers that I don't trust. That's what you're supposed to learn. My L's are lessons. And as old as you get, and as much shit you think you know, it's always a lesson around the corner that's gonna teach your ass new shit and new ways of doing things. That's just the way it goes. The old saying, like, can't teach a new dog old tricks or some shit. An old dog, new tricks. That's life. Life is about teaching motherfuckers things. Like, I look at my parents now, and it's just like they're in their 50s, and it's just like seeing them now with technology, and it's fucking it's like shit I used to do when I was a kid, like fix computers and shit, like fix certain things and shit. Like, fucking the best thing I know how to do when I was a kid was to fix a Nintendo 64. My game started burning a little bit, so I just take the cartridge out and just do what I do with the Nintendo 64. Everybody knows if you had a Nintendo 64, what the fuck that meant. So, but to see my parents now with like technology and shit is crazy. It's crazy. They got glasses on, trying to figure this shit out. It's like you try to like not laugh, but it's like, I get it. I can't. But I'd rather that. I'd rather that. I'd rather see my parents try to figure out technology than not have them here at all. And I think that's me. I'm not a good person or a bad person. I'm a human being. At the end of the day, I got a good side and a bad side. I got moments and times where I'm the happiest I've ever been in my motherfucking life, and I got times in my life where I want to hurt and destroy any and everybody. If that's wrong, then it's wrong. I don't see the point of trying to act like that's wrong. I remember growing up, and I had friends of all races, I still do. We don't probably communicate like we used to, but I like that. I appreciate that. I like seeing different cultures. I like seeing different sides of people. That's what we're supposed to do as people. I don't want to hate nobody. Because your skin color is different than mine, or you might be more religious than I am, or you might have a different political view than I do. Does that mean we're friends? Does that mean we're cool? That's me. I like talking to people. If I know you and I really truly could understand where you're coming from and understand what you are going through, I'm here to talk. I don't come in with a pre-assumption of anybody. I don't know you that well to just figure it out right out the gate by talking to you. But I can see good-hearted people, though. I might not see your intentions with that shit, but I can see that you probably have a good heart. Everybody has a good heart. I think it's just the times that you started to get cold. And that shit just never brought you back. But everybody's got a good heart. Everybody's got a good mind. Everybody's got a positive feel towards everything. Brian's that guy. I don't want to say peace on earth, but I think we can all live peacefully with each other and not kill each other every fucking 5 seconds because I'm different. It makes no sense. Jeremiah is a rebel. He don't give a fuck. He don't care. You do something to his people, you're going to feel it. Physically, mentally, any way he could get you, he gonna fuck you up. Thank God that hasn't come out. But if you try it, it's only a matter of time. Janeau. I'm intrigued. I feel like that's the man. And if I get to that point to see what that man is, I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all know. I think Janeau has different things about him. And I think that's what makes Brandon happy, Jeremiah afraid. Because Janeau combines all that. And I see it. And hopefully, I get to see him. I get to become that. I know what Brandon Jeremiah is. But Janeau, that's what makes me happy. Because I feel like the world will be his. The world's gonna be his. And all I can say, I'll be on his side. Because if not, I'm a human. And I do remember who the fuck wasn't.